team, please do stand. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, I should also like to thank my colleagues who have been on the forefront of leading in the process of reviewing our foreign policy 2014. In that respect, I'd like to request Ambassador Kirotho and her colleagues to be upstanding so that we can applaud you. Thank you very, very much. Your Excellency, over the next few days, we will host a series of events that highlight Kenya's diplomatic achievements and aspirations. But even before I sort of outline those events, I want to really say that last Friday, we had an excellent event in the name of an open day for the State Department for Foreign Affairs and the State Department for Diaspora Affairs. We were able to showcase what we do to Kenyans and to visitors alike. And Your Excellency, we had such an educative and interactive session, and we are richer for it. It just goes to demonstrate, Your Excellency, that we should not be afraid of being transparent. We should not waver in our search for an even more open polity. And so, starting today, Your Excellency, we have exhibitions that are running from today all the way to Wednesday afternoon. And this afternoon, we will be hosting young people, especially young diplomats, having dialogue with our older diplomats, including our retired diplomats, under the context of intergenerational dialogues. Tomorrow, in line with our commitment to environmental diplomacy and climate change, Your Excellency, we will be planting trees, and later on we will host the private sector to have a conversation on how we can deepen our economic and commercial diplomacy. On Wednesday, Your Excellency, we will host a Diaspora Day, during which there will be a number of critical conversations touching on the contribution of our diaspora populations to our foreign policy. Your Excellency, on Thursday, we will host a diplomatic conference, while on Friday, we will unveil the Ministry's historic photo gallery and launch of the Foreign Services Academy as a state agency. On Saturday, we conclude these celebrations with participation in the Great Chepsaita cross country in Eldoret, where we will be running for education. These events offer an opportunity to reflect, celebrate, and engage. And Your Excellency, we look forward very much to your participation and the participation of our distinguished diplomats, as well as distinguished colleagues in government and in private sector in all these events. Allow me now, Your Excellency, to proceed on with the program, and I need guidance here a bit. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We have in the house the Ghetto Classics, and I want to request them to perform 2 numbers if it is possible. Please do take the stage. Thank you very much. Ghetto Classics, you have the stage. Another round of applause for Ghetto Kids. I mean, the medley of songs that they've put forward for us this morning is truly reflective of the rich talent and the potential that is latent in Kenya's, amongst Kenya's youth generally, but also more particularly amongst our young people, including in informal settlements. I think what really makes it remarkable about this group is the fact that many of them are from Kenya's informal settlements. I really want to thank them and to applaud them. Let's put our hands again together for them. We'll now take another few minutes just to watch a documentary that is commemorative of major highlights of our 60 years in diplomacy. Thank you very much. Are we ready?
Can a nation thrive in isolation? Can a country grow without allies? The answer lies in Kenya's journey. A journey from independence to a global stage where diplomacy shapes destiny. It began in 1963 at Lancaster House, where negotiations delivered independence and self-rule. But independence was just the beginning. A fresh narrative emerged: decolonization, self-determination, and the resilience of a people united in purpose. Kenya's story is one of connection. From 6 embassies at independence to 68 missions worldwide today, we have grown our diplomatic footprint because Kenya is not an island, it has friends. And friends bring opportunities. Through diplomacy, we trade goods, exchange knowledge, and share cultures. Diplomacy delivers agreements. Agreements bring projects. Projects bring impact. Impact transforms lives. It is because of diplomacy that United Nations chose Nairobi for UNEP, creating jobs, building infrastructure, and transforming Kenya into a global environmental hub. We don't just care for ourselves, we care deeply for our neighbors. At the Africa Climate Summit, for instance, Kenya rallied nations to tackle climate change, addressing unpredictable climate conditions that threaten agriculture, our economic backbone. Together, we are securing solutions for food security and regional stability. Because no one thrives when their neighbors struggle. Kenya's diplomacy also champions growth. Trade agreements open markets. Cultural exchanges facilitate harmony. International events like the Women's Conference of 1985 catalyze milestones like the 2/3 gender rule that Kenya enjoys today. Every agreement, every negotiation represents sleepless nights and relentless effort to position Kenya for success. Behind every achievement are the men and women of the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, negotiators, diplomats, and visionaries. They translate Kenya's foreign policy into action, turning ambitions into realities for over 50 million Kenyans. Think about it. The developments we see today, roads, schools, and industries, almost everything built is a result of diplomacy, because no nation grows alone. As we look ahead, Kenya seeks to expand its alliances, create new opportunities, and position itself at the right place at the right time. Diplomacy is not just about survival, it is about thriving. Kenya's place on the global stage is no accident. It is the result of deliberate action, relentless negotiation, and visionary leadership. To keep building bridges and shaping futures, we must continue investing in the tools and partnerships that make these possible. Think about it.
What a journey. Another round of applause, tafadhali. And at this point, we would like to now progress and proceed to an award ceremony. And I will request the presence of His Excellency, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, together with the PS, to kindly come forward as we're going to be doing these awards. I'll read a citation of the awards. We have several categories of those awards before I read the individuals and the corporates that have scooped the award this time. So the first award that we're going to be giving is that of Emerging Leaders. Celebrates promising individuals who have shown remarkable leadership and innovation, or initiatives in advancing Kenya's diplomatic goals early in their careers. These individuals are rising stars with the potential to create substantial positive change on the global stage in the future. So at this point, Your Excellency, if I may request that you just take the stage to present the awards. I'll call on those who are going to be winning the awards. So I'll request His Excellency, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, together with the PS, to just come forward. And on emerging leaders, the first person, well, they're not in order of who is first or last, but these are the winners. We have May I also call on the Secretary to Cabinet to also join the Prime Cabinet Secretary, and also PS Roslyn, kindly if you may join on stage to present these awards. As mentioned, the first award is for emerging leaders, and as I said, they're not in order of first to last, but we have Anastasia Osundwa. Can we put our hands together for Anastasia Osundwa? This is a promising individual who has shown remarkable leadership, innovation, or initiatives in advancing Kenya's diplomatic goals early in their careers. They are individuals who are rising stars with potential to create substantial positive change on the global stage now and in the future. So, Anastasia, if you may kindly receive the award next to the Prime Cabinet Secretary, then also pose for a quick photo with the team that is on stage. And as we do that, I'll also call on Matthew Kaikai. Matthew Kaikai. A round of applause for Matthew. This is still on the category of emerging leaders. Wonderful. Thank you. The next category is brand ambassadors. Now, this recognizes individuals and organizations that have effectively represented, promoted, and enhanced Kenya's image and prestige on the global stage through exceptional talent, dedication, and achievements. While not official diplomats, these individuals serve as de facto ambassadors by showcasing Kenya's rich cultural heritage, resilience, and excellence, particularly in sports, tourism, cultural exchange, and economic empowerment initiatives. Their remarkable efforts have not only elevated Kenya's profile internationally, but also inspired pride and patriotism amongst Kenyans. We have the following. We have Eliud Kipchoge, but he's not present, so in absentia, we can put our hands together for Eliud Kipchoge. We have Dr. Faith Chepngetich Kipyegon, again another round of applause in absentia. On the corporate sector, we have Kenya Airways, and we do have the CEO, Mr. Kivaluka, who is going to receive on behalf of Kenya Airways. A round of applause for him, tafadhali. Wonderful. Kenya Airways with their tagline, the pride of Africa. All right, next we have, on the corporate section, we have Equity Bank. So if we have somebody from Equity Bank who can kindly come and receive, and let's give a round of applause. Wonderful. Next, we have ambassadors in the sporting field, and this is the Kenya National Rugby Sevens team, where is a good clap for the Kenya National Rugby Sevens team, who we have seen represent Kenya in various ways and have definitely flown the flag of Kenya. And I am well briefed, but on behalf of Athletics Kenya to pick the awards for Eliud Kipchoge and Dr. Faith Chepngetich, we have individuals from Athletics Kenya who will pick on their behalf. Why don't you put our hands together for them as they come to receive their awards on their behalf. Athletics Kenya, representatives from Athletics Kenya, kindly if you can pick the awards for Eliud Kipchoge, who is also known as the GOAT, the greatest of all times, and Dr. Faith Chepngetich Kipyegon. You can pose for a photo. The next category is Distinguished Peace Ambassadors. For this next category, allow me to invite the DG for UNON to come and join the team that's on stage for the next category. Ambassador Bangura to kindly come and join on stage. And as she's coming, yes, let's give her a round of applause. The next category is Distinguished Peace Ambassadors. This recognizes individuals who have played a key role in Kenya's peace diplomacy. These are individuals who have significantly contributed to peace, conflict, resolution, or promoting harmony between nations. Moreover, whose work directly impacts peace building, mediation, and advocacy for peaceful solutions. And on this category, we have Lieutenant General retired Daniel Ishmael Opande to come and receive an award. Welcome, sir. Again, these are peace ambassadors who are individuals who have had a key role in peacekeeping and diplomacy. If we can face forward for the photo. Thank you very much, sir. Next, we have Lieutenant General retired Lazarus Simbeyo to come and receive an award. Very active in the peace and resolution space. Again, a great honor. Another round of applause for General retired Lazarus Simbeyo. The next is going to be given posthumously, and it is going to be collected or picked on his behalf by the spouse, Madam Horn Kiplagat, and this is an award to Ambassador Bethwell Kiplagat. Why don't we put our hands together as Madam Kiplagat will pick on behalf of her husband. Wonderful. Wonderful. And for the next category, allow me to also now call on Ambassador Bayene Rusom, the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, to join the team that's awarding, to be part of the team that's awarding as we move on to the next category, which is diplomatic excellence. Now, this recognizes exceptional contribution in Kenya's international relations and foreign policy, highlighting individuals who have made significant contributions to fostering regional and global diplomatic cooperation involving Kenya. These individuals have actively engaged in promoting dialogue, cooperation, and mutual understanding among nations, thereby strengthening diplomatic ties and enhancing Kenya's reputation as a constructive and reliable partner. And the following individuals are now going to be awarded, and we start with Ambassador Boaz Mbaya. A round of applause for Ambassador Boaz Mbaya to receive an award on diplomatic excellence. Welcome, sir. Fantastic. Next, we will call upon Ambassador Lazarus Amayo. A round of applause for Ambassador Lazarus Amayo. Again, this is on diplomatic excellence. The next category is lifetime achievements. Now, this honors individuals who have dedicated a significant part of their lives to impactful work in Kenya's diplomatic landscape. This award honors a legacy of excellence, service, and contribution over a career spanning several decades. And to receive the award is Ambassador Francis Mudavadi. As a household name, Ambassador Francis Mudavadi. So, with your permission, I'll request that we may take our seats. And with your permission, again, Your Excellency, allow me to just call a few individuals who will speak on behalf of others. And I'll start with Ambassador Mudavadi to just give brief remarks on behalf of that award, Lifetime Achievements, just to speak briefly on the role of diplomacy and his experience. Why don't we put our hands together as we glean from this very, very experienced hand, Ambassador Mudavadi. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Your Excellency, Musalia Mudavadi, the Principal Cabinet Secretary, and the Cabinet Secretary for Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I also wish to thank your entire staff, especially the Permanent Secretary, Dr. Koreu Sigei, and all those who have been involved in the preparation of this very special occasion. quite often, or in the past, we have tended to recognize people after they have gone, which is really not very good. But the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is setting a set precedent to be recognizing Kenyans who are doing really, since Kenya's independence, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Kenya has flown its flag very high. It's a country which is recognized very easily globally. This has been done by the people we have chosen to our leadership. Their Excellencies, the President, our diplomats, our sportsmen, our businessmen. We have really kept the flag flying, and really on behalf of all those who have received these special awards today, we want to say thank you very much. Among us are former ambassadors and generals in our military. We have two generals here. Sometimes it's good to mention their name, General Pande, General Somboyo. They have done a lot of work in terms of bringing peace in Africa, peacekeeping operations. They have really contributed a lot. A lot of conflicts, African conflicts, have been resolved in this capital city. If we have to name a few, remember the role played by Kenya in the resolution of the Somali conflict, South Sudan conflict, even Namibia conflict. We had major military operation there, peacekeeping operation. Congo, we have tried a lot in the past with quite significant success, although still the problem persists. Kenya has even sent military peacekeeping operations to Europe, former Yugoslavia. Right now we have troops in Haiti. We are a peace-loving country. When you are peace-loving, your flag flies high. Know that you are a coward. We have very sophisticated military power, but we don't use it. We use it for peace. We don't use it for war. So what I would really like to add there is Kenya, was the first developing country to be elected to host a United Nations specialized agency, the UNEP, which has expanded soon after to include Habitat and other bodies of the UN. That was not a small achievement. It was an indication of the effectiveness of Kenya's diplomacy and also a reflection of the governance of this country. Diplomats can try, but if the governance is weak or is not properly focused or organized, then you can't go very far. Diplomats are really a reflection of the ability, the efficiency, the discipline of the country. And that's why I'm saying we who have gotten these awards We thank the former government because some of us started some years back, quite a few years back. We have seen President Kenyatta, President Moi, President Kibaki, and now we have President Ruto. All that I see in Kenya is every president trying to move the country a step further. And I think we are achieving that systematically, and we should be proud of that. So, again, I don't want to talk too much because our participation in the AU, in the United Nations, in the non-aligned movement, in the G77 is very well known. We have always been really very impactful in all those organizations, and that's where we are today. In the regional trade, international trade, in tourism, in sports, we have been very impactful. But we have not exhausted our energy. We have not exhausted our energy. I was privileged to be the founder secretary general of the current East African community. And just yesterday and the day before, we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of the East African community. And Our Excellency, the principal secretary, and also the president were in Arusha. And I was also invited to be in that celebration. So what that means, community started as 3 countries, former 3 countries. To be honest, at the time we started, when I was appointed, it was not a very easy responsibility because the countries already, Uganda and Tanzania, had been in war and fought physically. We had Kenya military at the border with Uganda at that time, so everything was very tense. We were still struggling to divide the assets of the East African community. Today, East Africa has become our home and an expanded home. We started with 3, then went to 5, then 6, and now we are 8, including Burundi, Rwanda, South Sudan, Congo, and Somalia. So we have been at the center of these processes. And today, when you look at the regional performances, East Africa is always on top in terms of rate of growth, annual growth, and also in terms of economic integration. We are in the lead. So, what we can say, this event should give us more energy, should give us, as a country, should have give us vision and ambition to really expand peace and international cooperation. Thank you very much.
Another round of applause for Ambassador Mudavadi. And as PS is coming to proceed with the program, just to mention that there are those who may not have been present, but it would be good to appreciate them. In the Award of Diplomatic Excellence, we have Ambassador Dr. Amina Mohammed. She's not present. I didn't read out her name, so we can appreciate her. On the Lifetime Achievements, we also have Ambassador Joseph Odero. This is posthuman. He is also known as Joey. A great round of applause for him. Professor Calestus Juma, posthumous as well. Professor Thomas R. Odhiambo, that's posthumous as well. And Professor F.X. Njenga, posthumous as well. Let's appreciate them kindly. Welcome, PS.
Thank you very much, my brother Gitonga. Your Excellency, with your permission, and I have consulted you on this, we should like to move to the next stage, a stage that involves the launch of several critical documents from the State Department of Foreign Affairs. Your Excellency, the first document that you will be launching this morning is a document known as the 2024 Revised Foreign Policy of the Republic of Kenya. You will also, Your Excellency, be launching our strategic plan, our protocol manual, and our ICT policy document. Allow me, Your Excellency, to say a few things with regard to the 2024 policy document. Your Excellency, the 2024 policy document replaces the 2014 document. I call this new policy our own Twiga diplomacy, a foresighted, adaptive, agile, and dignifying foreign policy. For 5 reasons. Number 1, this policy centers citizens and the diaspora as both owners and drivers of the policy, identifying their agency, innovation, and participation as integral to the realization of our foreign policy objectives. Number 2, it reinforces regionalism by seeking to rationalize our national interests with regional integration within the context of a ruptured multilateral order. Collective action under this policy will be regionally cultivated and constructed and pursued. And the centrality of the African Union, the African Continental Free Trade Area, regional economic communities in the search of our economic self-determination and self-dependency will be our focus. Number 3, this policy catapults climate action as an urgent imperative and an antidote to the present and real existential threats posed by climate change by holding Kenya as a credible exemplar of the possibility of achieving economic development that is powered by green energy. Number 4, this policy practicalizes peaceful and mutual coexistence beyond doctrine by seeking enhanced capability for proactive mediation and proposing the mobilization of local and regional mechanisms as vanguards for peace, diplomacy, and engagement. And number 5, this policy balances our commitment and advocacy for fair and inclusive multilateralism with the appreciation of emergent plurilateral arrangements that nudge Kenya in the direction of adaptable and pragmatic coalitions and equitable partnerships to address collective action challenges in the face of a fragmented and stalemated global governance institutions. Your Excellency, in summary, this is a policy towards unlocking the Africa advantage and enhancing her bargaining position and Kenya's place and role in it. Your Excellency, it's now my privilege and honor to welcome you to the stage to perform this ceremony of launching the reviewed Kenya foreign policy, our strategic plan, the protocol manual, and the ICT policy. Thank you very much. I want to ask Ambassador Musalia as well to be around so that he can help us with this task. Ambassador Musalia, why don't you come here? And while they're at it, I'd like to really also acknowledge with gratitude the support of CRBC and China Energy for their support to these activities. Michael. His Excellency Prime Cabinet Secretary has been very gracious, and he's requested that the team that developed the foreign policy joins him on the stage. Ambassador Kiruthu and your team, please. So why don't you run the rest? This program is crazy.
And as you can see, it's a big team that has been dedicated to ensure that we're here today. Another round of applause for them, please, as they're coming to launch this document. And Your Excellency, once we have the team there, we'll count you down so that we are all in sync as we launch this document. So in 3, 2, 1, we can press the buzzer. There you go. We'll also train our eyes to the video that is on screen as we see what has just been launched.
Your Excellency, greetings from the Kenya Embassy in Ireland. I can confirm, sir, that I've received the newly revised Kenya foreign policy and the strategic plan of the State Department in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. As your ambassador, I am deeply committed to ensuring that the embassy plays its role to translate these plans into tangible benefits for our people. Together with our partners, we will deepen our cooperation and foster mutual growth that benefit both nations. Nashukuru sana.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, please receive greetings from the Kenya High Commission here in Ottawa, Canada. Your Excellency, sir, I do confirm that the mission is in receipt of the newly revised foreign policy of the Republic of Kenya. And Your Excellency, sir, I equally confirm that we are in receipt of the strategic plan for the year 2023-2027 for the State Department for Foreign Affairs. Your Excellency, sir, as your ambassador here in Ottawa, Canada, I am deeply committed to ensuring that the High Commission plays its role in translating the strategic plan into tangible benefits for our people. Your Excellency, sir, together with our partners, we will continue to deepen our cooperation and foster mutual growth for the benefit of our nation. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, greetings from the Kenyan Embassy in the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia and Permanent Mission to the African Union and the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa. I confirm that I have received the newly revised Kenya Foreign Policy and the strategic plan of the State Department of Foreign Affairs in the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs. As your ambassador, I am deeply committed to ensuring that this embassy plays its role in translating these plans into tangible benefits for our people. Together with partners, we will deepen cooperation and foster growth that benefits both nations.
Your Excellency, greetings from the Embassy of the Republic of Kenya in Seoul, Republic of Korea. I confirm that I have received the newly revised Kenya Foreign Policy and the strategic plan of the State Department for Foreign Affairs in the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs. As your ambassador, sir, I am deeply committed to ensuring that the embassy plays its role to translating these plans into tangible benefits for our people. Together with our partners, we will deepen our cooperation and foster mutual growth for the benefit of both our nations. Asante.
Your Excellency, greetings from the Kenya Embassy in Riyadh in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Your Excellency, I do confirm that I have received the revitalized foreign policy, a very, very robust document. Secondly, Your Excellency, I also confirm that I have received the strategic plan. This is the document that will operationalize the foreign policy. Your Excellency, as your representative in the Kingdom of Saudi, and on behalf of the team members, I do pledge that we will work hard towards operationalization of the two documents towards the benefit of the Kenyan people. Furthermore, Your Excellency, I will work hard with the host nation, with our partners, towards mutual benefit of both nations. We thank you.
So at this point, we are now going to have that particular document or those documents, and I'll just read through them very quickly, presented to the Prime Cabinet Secretary and also other stakeholders. And it's the reviewed Kenya policy document, the strategic plan, the protocol manual, and the ICT policy. And to receive the first batch, I'll invite Ambassador Kirudhu to just come and present this to the Prime Cabinet Secretary, but together with the PS Foreign Affairs and PS Diaspora. Rosalind, if you can kindly come and join to receive this particular document or this batch of documents. And again, as I mentioned, the documents are the reviewed Kenya policy, the strategic plan, the protocol manual, and the ICT policy. We would also like to have a document handed over to the DG Yunon to also come and receive a copy of the document. So if we can have her kindly approach the stage to receive the document as well, or the batch of documents. And next, we'll also have Ambassador Bayene Rusom, the Dean of Diplomatic Corps, to also come and receive some of the documents. As we celebrate and commemorate Kenya's diplomacy at 60. Next, we'll have the Secretary to Cabinet, Madam Masi Wanjao, to also come and receive a document on behalf of Cabinet. Then we'll also have PS Parliamentary Affairs to also come and receive the document. Madam Aurelia. And I think that's where we'll end that particular session. The QR code on the screen also gives you access to the document, so you can scan it and you'll be able to also have view of the document. And just for the sake of a bit of a transition, we'll have a cultural moment from Ghetto Classic. Ghetto Classic to give us just a short interlude of music as we then will progress to the next part of the program. And those of you that may not be familiar with Ghetto Classics, as mentioned by PS, this is individuals who are from informal settlements who basically have been harnessed and are enjoying, or we are enjoying their talent as they play classical music. So Ghetto
That's what I did. Easy worship. I mean, as you worship it. That's what I'm saying. easy worship than put camera and easy worship together. You see, this is where I put it, camera and easy worship. But this one, because easy worship is new. So maybe you visit this lesson, but that this lesson is not for easy worship. That's why you are easy worship and camera.
That we ask that you accept it in the name of Jesus. Use it for your glory in the name of Jesus. Lord, we ask that the blessings we ask and become in the name of Jesus. For everyone that couldn't give for one reason or the other, Lord, we ask that you will replenish them, you will bless them, and every opportunity to give, they will give abundantly to you in the name of Jesus. Thank you because you have answered our prayers. In Jesus' mighty name, we have prayed. If you know you are blessed already, can you shout a believing hallelujah? Testimony time. I think you are all
don't know the reason why the person
Nobody's taking pictures.